What's up everybody, welcome back to Freeze Gaming. Today I wanted to take a first look at Cairn, a physics-based rock climbing game that is shaping up to be the most immersive climbing experience in gaming. I recently picked up the demo, which is a 45-minute or so sneak peek into this physics-driven survival climbing experience developed by the Game Bakers. In Cairn, you play as Ava, a professional climber on a mission to become the first person to summit Mount Kami. Cairn puts you in full control of your climber's hands, feet, and balance, making every move feel meaningful. But it's not just climbing. You'll also have to manage your resources, hunger, sleep, and plan your route carefully in this open-ended ascent up a mountain.
Doesn't look so bad, does it?
So how does Cairn actually play? Unlike most games where climbing is just a side feature, Cairn is fully dedicated to it. You manually grab onto holds, position your hands and feet, and shift your climber's posture to maintain balance, while an intricate physics system dictates your success. Your climber has actual weight and momentum, meaning your positioning is just as important as the grips you choose. Unevenly distributing your weight will cause your character to become tired. Hang on to a hold for too long in this position and your fingers start to slip. Every single move needs to be planned. Over the course of a long climb, you have to conserve your energy by carefully choosing every move. There are a couple ways to regenerate energy on your way up the climb. If you're in a nice balanced position, you can take a second to shake off the pump and regenerate some stamina. You can also drill in anchors for your belay system, essentially setting yourself up with a checkpoint in case you fall. But you can't abuse them because you only have so many. Another important part of this game that I don't think we get to see play out very much in this demo is the survival mechanics. It looks like it's going to be a long journey to the peak, and along the way you'll have to manage resources. You'll need to forage, cook, sleep, repair equipment, and monitor weather. While these mechanics have only lightly been introduced, I think there's a lot of potential here. These mechanics may make Cairn more than just a physics challenge, but an endurance test that forces players to carefully plan ahead for each leg of the journey. The game also takes an open-ended approach. There's no set path, and you're free to find your own route up the mountain. You'll spend time reading the various routes you could take. One might be shorter, but with tougher individual moves, and another may be long, but have a little cliff you can rest on in the middle. And others might just be right for the style you prefer. Visually, Cairn has a minimalist, cel-shaded art style. The environments are clean, the lighting feels natural, and the way the camera moves gives you a real sense of height and scale. There's no background music pushing you forward, just the sound of your own breathing, the wind, and the crunch of rock under your feet. It all adds to the immersion, making each climb feel intense and personal. My main concern at this point is that while the climbing mechanics are impressive and well crafted, they feel somewhat limited. For example, you don't actually get to choose which limb to move next. The game selects it for you, likely based on which one is under the least load. While this makes sense, it takes away some of the intricacy from the sport. There were times when I wanted to bump a hand up to a nearby hold, but instead, the game chose my foot. I'd end up just lifting it and setting it back down so the game would select the limb I wanted to move. I feel like this decision should be left to the player, even if it introduces more room for error. On a similar note, certain climbing techniques aren't represented at all. Right now, every climb is a slow, static ascent. There's no way to leap between holds or use momentum-based moves like releasing your feet to swing into a distant grip. The game does feature a stretch mechanic where Ava will reach for a far hold if she has enough leg extension, and while it's implemented realistically, I think there's room for more dynamic movement in this game. I don't know how long the full game will be, but with only a limited set of climbing techniques, I could see the gameplay becoming repetitive over time. I'm hoping to see more movement options introduced in the full release to keep the challenge fresh throughout the game. As a climber myself, I'm really impressed with what Cairn brings to the table. The physics-based climbing feels incredibly deliberate, and the way the game forces you to think about balance, grip strength, and body positioning is like nothing I've seen in a game before. While there are some limitations in movement options, the realism in how Ava interacts with the rock face is unmatched. At this point, Cairn is shaping up to be the most realistic and immersive rock climbing game out there. If the game expands on its mechanics and adds more variety to the climb, this could be something truly special for both climbing enthusiasts and fans of physics-driven challenges. There's no official release date yet, but Cairn is expected to launch sometime in 2025. Until then, if you're curious about the climb, you can check out the demo for yourself. Give it a shot, see how it feels, and let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a like and subscribe to support the channel. And until next time, cheers.